Alright, so for those of you that aren't familiar with string methods, you probably had to take a moment and probably do some research, but I'm going to introduce you to a very nice, succinct way to do this using a ES6 arrow function with a little less syntax than the one we did above, and hopefully this will just look really nice. So, alright. So of course, I'm going to assign my result here. This is the result. I'm going to assign it to the call of map on the names array. And let's start by passing my arrow function. Now this time, note that we're not really manipulating anything. We could probably just get away with some method calls. So we can kind of modify our call to the arrow function. And how can we do that? Well, first of all, you'll notice up here that I use some parens around the argument. So one of the cool things about ES6 arrow functions is that really, if you only have a single argument for that function, you don't need to use the parens. You can just say what it is, and then use the arrow key symbol. Likewise, with ES6 functions, I was doing some manipulation up here. I was declaring a variable. So I used some curly braces just to surround it, and I also put an explicit return. Now, quick note, when I say explicit return, all I mean is that I use the JavaScript keyword return, followed by what it is I was returning. Well, here's another kind of cool thing about ES6 arrow functions, which is if you are just returning a single thing and you don't need to do any kind of complex variable declarations or manipulations in there, you can just return it via an implicit return. By that, what I mean is you don't have to use curly braces and you don't have to use an explicit return statement. So in that case, let me show you what that would look like. So I want the first name of each artist. So let's take a moment. Let's think about how we might do that. Well, what if I were to split each name we iterated over here into a 2-element array and then just take the first entry? Well, we can do that because strings have a split method, and as long as we use the space as the delimiter, all I got to do is take 0, the first entry. And of course, for our artist formerly known as Prince, that's going to be a little bit weird, but we'll go with it for now. Let's go ahead and go for it. Oh, and it looks like I forgot to console log my result down there, so give me a moment. Go. Try this again. And there we go. David, the, John, Jimmy, Robert, Paul, Jean, Florence, and Sonny. Alright, perfect. We've got the first names.